All right, so we are live. Let's let some people get in here.
It's Brian and Stacey. We are at the Old Byrd Farm. It is Halloween 2021, and we thought it'd be fun to carve some pumpkins.
Yes, I was going to shoot this, but then it's Halloween. By the time I got it edited and uploaded, it would be way past Halloween.
It would
So,
still be cool though. You still watch it.
yeah. But you're going to get to see it right up close and personal. I'll move this in a little closer so you can actually hear us. Which, tilt this down a little bit. We're still setting up. There we go. And I can do some stuff as we go. Actually, let me adjust this. There's the old bird house. You know that well. I'm going to do this so I can tilt the camera when need be. Should I have that set up already? We got Stacey. Hello. Glenn Cannon. Glad to have you here. All right, so we're going to start carving on some pumpkins. We're just going to do like this. So, Stacey, what do you know about pumpkin carving?
I know that when you're carving a jack-o'-lantern, like you start off with a nice, big pumpkin. You can get any size, but we got these are pretty big. They were like $6 a piece at Publix, which was cheaper than the farmer's market. Like the farmer's market was doing them by the pound, and it was like crazy expensive. So we went to Publix, and you just find like your spot where you think it's gonna make the best face, and then I guess you draw the face, and then carve it out.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know if you can't hear us at all. I think this thing picks up pretty good, but just let me know. I'll be checking the screen from time to time. So, Stacey, where do you think would make the best face?
Like right here.
Right here. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to round out the top first.
I would draw the face first.
Okay, draw the face first. Okay, and we happen to have a pen. So, would you like to draw a face? We're winging this, folks. Hold on, I'm gonna hold this.
You want triangle eyes or round eyes?
Triangle. Let's go classic on this one. Maybe a little further.
Further down?
Yeah.
Bigger.
I've seen some really impressive pumpkin carvings pictures on the internet.
Ours are not going to be impressive.
No, this is not going to be one of them.
It's for fun. What do you want, a round nose or a triangle nose?
What do you think?
I guess if you're doing classic, you do another triangle.
Yeah.
And then, is that big enough? You want bigger?
That's good. That's good.
So you want like a frowny face or a happy face?
I don't know. Use your imagination. All right, so Stacey is drawing the face. Stacey looking like a movie star up in there.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh yeah, that's great. Nice toothy grin.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
So
All right, so
that's
turn it
our
around.
outline. It's not very dark. I didn't have a Sharpie, so it might be hard to see.
Yeah, I can't really see it here, but you'll see it when we get it cut
It's
out.
like 2 triangles, a nose, and then a jolly mouth.
Sweet. All right. All right, so
Brian's gonna start carving.
Brian's gonna start carving.
Take out the top first. It's a nice, healthy, big stem.
So I think what we'll do here is do a general outline just to where that would go, and then just start digging in. I've carved pumpkins before, but it's been a long time.
Like when we first started dating, we would do jack-o'-lanterns every year. We did like every couple activity.
We had some styrofoam pumpkins. And that was fun. We're gonna get mobbed by guineas. How's it look?
It looks good. I can see.
What's this?
We can see what you're doing. We can't really see your face. Does that matter?
Hello. That-
What are we gonna put the guts in?
I brought bags.
Okay.
So, look at there, folks.
Oh, very nice.
So Robert said that chickens love pumpkins.
But what don't chickens love? They eat anything.
Chickens will eat anything. So now we just have to
It's
carve
not
it
too
up.
bad. It's not like too many guts, so it looks like.
So we'll just set this here.
Okay.
How are you looking?
Would you like a pumpkin fact?
Pumpkin facts.
In 1663, the term jack-o'-lantern refers to a night watchman who literally carries a lantern.
That's cool. I did not know that. All right, so just gonna start carving out this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, there are things I excel at. This is not one of them.
No, it is. It's fun. You're good at this. What do you excel at, then?
I don't know. Irritating my bosses, things like that. Nothing really useful. Pumpkin guts, anyone? Now what I've got here is another bag. Oh, well, that works too. By the way, welcome to Down the Road with Brian Mallett.
Halloween special.
Halloween special. Great pumpkin fact. Looks good so far. Thank you. I'm not really as adept at this as Robert is. Audio's fine. Thank you.
I'm glad you can hear us.
Those seeds are great roasted in olive oil. Ooh, nice. Hello, Jenny. Stacey's doing a fantastic job of cleaning out this pumpkin.
I think that's as much as I can do without you actually cutting in there some more.
All right, Jack, time for your lobotomy. Well, I guess it has to be too clean. Not for this. A lot of pumpkins in there. A lot of seeds in there.
So an Irish folktale called Stingy Jack was the inspiration of jack-o'-lanterns.
Ooh.
Jack-o'-lanterns started as a prank of carved faces, but became a seasonal decoration in the 19th century.
Interesting. You know, it's interesting. You just never really know the origins of stuff. You know, it's like you just don't think about it. And then when you're carving pumpkins.
Right, like you're like 5 years old and your mom's like, okay, you gotta carve this. And you don't even question it. You're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna carve a face in this gourd. You don't ask why.
I don't want to carve too deep. Cut through it.
All right. Should we save some of the seeds?
Oh, maybe.
All right, I can pick those out later.
I think you should call this Pumpkin Carving with Stacey and Brian. Hello, Brian. I might just change it to that.
So yesterday we did the fall festival at church, you know, like the trunk or treat. And so we brought a couple pumpkins for the photo op. So we set up some hay bales and pumpkins so people can take their picture. So that way we can like do that instead of decorating a trunk and standing by your car. It just seems like more fun. And people like to come take pictures. So we do that. And then when I'm done, I put the hay bales at the front of the church with the flowers and it looks like a decoration. But I was like, whoa, hold up, put those pumpkins down. I'm going to take them with me. So then it was kind of like, you know, but we had others, pumpkins, but it feels a little petty. They're like, oh, can we use these for decorations? Well, not those pumpkins because we're going to do a show. It was good. We had a lot of kids. It was like a cold, blustery day. It just got colder.
Yeah, we brought a backdrop. I got a backdrop stand for photography or videography or whatever. But it was so windy outside we couldn't use it.
Oh, that was some bickering in the church parking lot trying to set that up.
So we moved it inside and it worked really well. Watch yourself. So it said, trespasser, somebody call the police. Hey, the other
fight you. We have knives.
the other Robert said we could be here.
Okay, so we're ready to start doing the face.
Okay, we're ready to start doing the face. Let me make sure which way this goes on. Okay, so this is cool. I always like to in the 3 times I've ever done this, refit the lid. Looks good. Sweet.
We are at the Byrd Farm. Yes.
Yes, we are at the Byrd Farm. We snuck in while Robert wasn't looking.
No, we have permission.
All right, so
we had a recommendation to roast the seeds with olive oil, so I'm drying some out on the paper.
I'm gonna do this.
Halloween started becoming a celebration in the 1800s.
That's interesting. Not 1650s when the Headless Horseman was running around?
If you want a jack-o'-lantern to last a maximum of 10 days, you have to keep it at a temperature of 50 to 55 degrees.
Hey, lots of great information here.
Yeah, jack-o'-lanterns don't last too long in the South.
A lot of questions I never even thought to ask. I gotta say, folks, you get the stuff started with a regular knife, but this little saw knife,
I just grabbed every knife we had,
this works.
including a corkscrew.
Woo, there's an eye.
Awesome. In Ireland, large turnips and potatoes were carved as the jack-o'-lanterns with scary faces, and they were put near doors or windows to frighten away Stingy Jack and other wandering evil spirits. In England, beets were used. Immigrants brought the tradition to America and began using the pumpkins that grew in their new home. The various vegetable lanterns were stuffed with coal, wood, or candles as lanterns to celebrate fall.
Interesting.
And Foxy Wolf is like, we don't ever really see 50 degrees. It's like so true.
I love when it's hot.
Yeah, everybody else I know is like, yay, we're making chili, we're making soup. And Fred's like, where's my jacket?
Where's 80 degrees? This is all right.
So like we said earlier, the term jack-o'-lantern first was used for people as early as 1663. The term meant a man with a lantern or a watchman. A decade later, it began to also be used to refer to mysterious lights seen at night over bogs, swamps, and marshes. The kids began to carve crude faces into the pumpkins and make them, the lanterns look like disembodied heads.
Cool.
By the mid-1800s, Stingy Jack's nickname was applied to the prank lanterns, and that's how the jack-o'-lantern got its name.
Y'all, this is going to be one traditional jack-o'-lantern right here. I need the brick.
So towards the end of the 19th century, jack-o'-lanterns went from being a prank to a standard seasonal decoration. At a Halloween party hosted by the mayor of Atlanta in 1892, the wife had several pumpkins lit from within and carved with faces, ending the days of jack-o'-lantern's day of wandering. Oh, that's very poetic. This is from CraftyMomsShare.com. In America, a traditional jack-o'-lantern refers to a variety of pumpkin grown for carving. So you can tell these were grown for carving because there were hardly any guts in it. It's hollow. The carving's easy. So I guess there's like baking pumpkins and carving pumpkins, and these are carving pumpkins. In the late 1800s, there was a movement to turn Halloween into a celebration emphasizing community and neighborhood activities and parties. And this is the Halloween we know today.
Interesting.
So it was kind of like, how did that start? How do you get that movement going to where people know to be home between 6 and 8 and have candy to give out and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So it had to get started. Master carvers will have tips like you should give the pumpkin a bath before carving it. Ooh, it says carve before scooping it.
Really?
Scoop it from the back and not the top. Leave the stem attached. To keep it longer, seal it with Vaseline. And if it starts to look droopy or sad, you can toss it in an ice water bath for an hour. So I guess if your pumpkin starts to wilt before, your jack-o'-lantern starts to wilt before Halloween, you can try to save it. The largest jack-o'-lantern ever carved was from a pumpkin weighing 1,810.5 pounds.
Wow.
It was carved by Scott Cully in the Bronx, New York on October 30th, 2010. That pumpkin holds the record for the heaviest pumpkin ever as well. How's it coming, Brian? Is it done?
It's coming along. Not there yet.
So it is a peaceful day at the Old Byrd Farm.
Yeah, it's really nice out here.
Nice golden light. It was very cloudy this morning.
I love Halloween. I've loved Halloween since I was a kid and first learned about trick-or-treating, which I was terrified to do at first, and then it was awesome. But there's just something neat about that spooky time of year.
Yeah, a friend of mine and I got in trouble when I was a child because we went trick-or-treating in like June. Like we made costumes out of like notebook paper and like markers, and we just went door to door and people gave us candy. But when our parents found out, man, we got in trouble, like serious trouble.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Yeah, that really happened. And so that was crazy. The first costume I ever remember being was I was Joe Namath. My sisters dressed me up as Joe Namath, and that must have been right around the time the Jets were winning with Joe Namath, like in the early 70s.
The fact that people gave y'all candy.
Yeah, they gave us candy. They're like, oh, okay. And like they would just dig around frantically, some Oreos, like some crackers, like whatever they had, they would just give us, they just gave us snacks.
That's awesome. Am I going to have the fortitude to carve another one of these? Or the battery life?
What did you dress up as when you were little?
I remember one year I had a big old skull mask. Various things. A couple of times I've made things.
Yeah, we were talking, I was reading like on Twitter about the Halloween costumes in the 70s. Like you could, those store-bought costumes with those big, heavy plastic masks. It's like, you talk about wearing masks today because of COVID, and it's like nothing was getting past those like Scooby-Doo masks. You could not see and you couldn't breathe.
I'm not sure which this is going.
I was a kangaroo one year too. My mom made a costume that was like a cat costume, but she just made the headset like have bigger ears, and she sewed a pouch on, and I had like a kangaroo stuffed animal. So that was like my baby kangaroo, and it was really cute.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my mom could sew. She was really good at sewing.
Stacey, would you like to come brush up on this? Clean up a little bit? Maybe.
Oh, that looks amazing. But you didn't do these teeth.
Oh, no, that.
There we go. Can we turn it?
Yeah, you can turn it. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. Tilt it back a little bit so they can see from the front. Oh, yeah.
So that's like the classic jack-o'-lantern.
Classic jack-o'-lantern. Cool. I'm loving all these little Halloween facts. Oh, there he is with his lid. There we go. Tilt him back again since you got the... Oh yeah, that's awesome. Not too bad if I do say so myself. Very good.
Very good.
Bring this down a little bit. Tilt it back a little. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Foxy, and Kevin, and Glenn, Shelby. All right, so that's a jack-o'-lantern. Ooh, what is your favorite candy to get in the bag?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. You know, some folks are going to say I'm just plain straight up nasty. But you know those little, they come in orange or black wax paper, and they look like your classic candy.
They look almost like a caramel.
Yeah, but they're like, I guess, peanut based or peanut butter based. I actually really like those.
I have not seen those this year. I don't think I've seen those in a while.
Leaping Kitties, what is your favorite candy to get in the bag? And since we're on the subject of spooky Halloween, what's everybody's favorite Halloween movie, scary movie? Taffy, very good.
Oh yeah, Taffy's good, like Laffy Taffy. Warheads. I'm not a fan of Butterfinger. They're like too crispy or something, and they kind of get stuck in your teeth. But I really like Milk Duds, and those also get stuck in your teeth, so I don't know if it's really a texture. It's this texture thing, Butterfinger. And then Twix are good. But then some people say that Twix isn't really a candy bar because it's got that cookie in it. But I like Twix. I like caramel.
Hey, there's nothing two sticks of Twix can't fix. Anything with Bela Lugosi. Oh, very good. Brian on Elm Street.
I know. People have been saying he looks like Freddy Krueger a lot.
Red Licorice. Any of the Halloween movies. Halloween movies were good. I liked Michael Myers. They didn't try to. Oh, sorry. They didn't try to explain him. He was just bad.
He was bad. Like he was like little. Remember, he had like a little clown costume and he like stabbed his sister. You don't know why.
He just had it in for his own family, and anybody who came closer got in the way. All right, so we're losing sunlight here, so let's set this off to the side.
All right, now you want to draw a face?
Sure.
Can you make a cat or something?
I don't know. Mine's going to be probably kind of simple. It's got to be cut worthy because we don't have like little fancy little,
Those
narrow...
tool kits that you see. We're just doing this like old school because it's Byrd Farm and it's history.
Byrd Farm history. So,
They didn't have the kit at Michael's. Oh, Hocus Pocus. I haven't seen that. Yeah, I don't know if Robbie can remotely control the security cameras. Like, can he turn them off if we're tripping them constantly, or does he just have to deal with it?
I don't know. If he can't, he's got a whole bunch of pictures and video of pumpkin carving. I guess Robert would have to answer that question. What do you think of this face? I'm not going to show them just yet.
Oh, you want me to come look at it? Oh, very good.
All right, so they say to carve it first and then clean it out. So let's try that since that's what they say.
Yeah, they did say that.
Robert's going to send the town popo. All right, let's see how this works.
So do you think it's easier carving a bigger one than a smaller one? Or is it the same?
I don't know, honestly, but I'm pretty sure it has a lot to do with the tools you're using. Like these knives are really good for the broad cuts, not so great for the more intricate cuts. Like they're great for the classic jack-o'-lantern thingamabob.
Oh, maybe carving it first before cleaning it makes it easier to handle.
Could be.
And Laura says cut the bottom instead of the top, but he's already started cutting the top, right? Oh, no, you haven't. You just drew the line.
Yeah.
Do you like pumpkin pie?
I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie.
So I'm from California. So I moved here and they had like a Thanksgiving dinner like at work. And I don't eat meat, so I didn't really go for the turkey and I just sat at my desk. But one of my coworkers brought me this like triangle of pie and I ate it and it was like delicious. And I kept saying, this is really good pumpkin pie. In fact, this is the best pumpkin pie I've ever had. I just don't even know how you can make pumpkin pie this good. And finally she was like, Stacey, that is sweet potato pie. It is not pumpkin pie. And it was like, what? It was a revelation. I had never had anything made from sweet potatoes before. And it was so good. I still remember how delicious it was. And now I just buy whole pies and eat them by myself with a fork.
But they're similar, you know.
They're similar color.
And they're actually, to me, they're kind of similar flavor, texture, and everything. Because most of what you're tasting is like the seasonings they put in most food, actually. It's very seasoning based. So, you know, I think it's probably not that different sweeteners or spices or whatever that goes in with it. But then I'm not a chef either, so I don't know.
I'm telling you my experience, and you're like negating it. Like, no, they're the same.
Well, I'm just saying to me.
Like, if you go to counseling and do that to someone, the therapist is like, stop it.
Behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not in marriage counseling, but if we were, this would be a topic. Sadly, I know someone, she went to grief counseling. That was something that they tell you in grief counseling is like, you cannot say anybody's experience is worse than yours or than someone else's. So
True.
I'm sad because my grandma died. You're sad because your 3-year-old died. You think, well, the 3-year-old is worse, but you're not allowed, they don't really want you to say that in counseling because you don't know anybody's feelings. Right. So I thought that was very interesting. That really kind of was a fact that sort of changed my life. Like how you categorize things. And then in like this therapy atmosphere, it's like, oh no, it's personal to everyone.
Yeah. Guineas on the in-house roof.
Guineas love it out here.
They do. Hey, there's an eye.
Very good.
Just like Halloween movie. Next time we do this, I'm going to buy a pumpkin carving kit.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come out here on Thanksgiving and throw pies at each other.
Pumpkin, sweet potato. This is the trickier part. This is going to be a lot more angular than I had drawn on the pumpkin because, again, the knives are not quite intricate enough. But
can you explain if it's different doing it without cleaning it out first? Are you noticing anything different?
I'm not really noticing any difference. But when you get the outline cut out, if you have an ice pick and you jab it in from like an angle, you can just pull the parts out. That I did notice.
Oh, Snoozy likes rhubarb pie. My mom used to like rhubarb pie, but
I have heard
it was very tart. Like I wasn't wild about it, but I was really young when I had it. Is Jerry the name of Robbie's turkey?
I have no idea.
That turkey is gorgeous.
I think it is something like that.
Yes, Jerry. Oh, how cute.
Hey, is Robert watching?
Oh no, like people know the name of Robbie's turkey because they can remember stuff about Robbie. His aunt, cannot remember. I may have never known that his name was Jerry, but I probably knew and forgot.
I think I knew and I just forgot.
It's nice. It's not real buggy out here. Last time I was out here, I was getting eaten up by mosquitoes. They were thick. Like you could just, it's not like how sometimes you're like, oh, I got bit by mosquitoes. Like you could see them swarming you. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Bird farm mosquitoes don't play. This has got potential.
Good job, Sandra. She knows everything about the bird farm. Carrie Ann, hi. Thanks for joining.
Glad to have you.
She's
all
in the
here.
upper northwest corner.
Ooh. Is it cold up there? Or has it not got cold yet? At the rate we're going, we should be done with this, both of these, about the time that it'll be getting a little dark.
Yeah, then we're going to light them up. Oh, she says it's gorgeous there. Oh, I'm glad.
All right, I'm gonna.
We do live streaming occasionally. What was the last live stream we did?
I can't remember.
Was it the strawberry patch?
Yes, I think it was.
So we did a streaming like when we went strawberry picking. It was like a beautiful spring or summer day with strawberries. And we were picking strawberries and it was really fun. But then we like didn't know how to turn the camera off. So you saw like us picking strawberries and then like the camera's like in our pocket or whatever. It was like, and I think it was Walter's like, you're still filming. It's like we never know how to end the live stream.
So we'll see if we learned anything today when we shut this one off. So yeah, I don't live stream a lot because with being a more of a travel oriented thing, we're out and about, we're running around.
You have no idea what we edit out too. Sometimes there's like confusion.
Yeah. And so it's like, because I'm filming and it's not real.
It's like if we want to show you something and give you facts about it, like we have to kind of film it and then sort of check everything. So we just say stuff and then it's like, oh wait, that's not true. It's where I was like, oh, I'll cut it out. You know, like.
But also I can't film and live stream really at the same time because it just doesn't work.
We started live streaming during the pandemic.
Oh, quarantine and all that, yeah. I
Oh,
like live streaming.
What's the significance of the name of the bird farm? There was a family named the Byrds that owned it first, right?
Yes. Yeah, the Byrds built this house.
But they're not from the prominent bird family in Colonial Virginia, right? Not that we know of.
Not that we know of. I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, there should not be a fantasy of perfect. Sometimes we're just like...
Robert knows all that stuff.
We were filming something one time, and I think we didn't even air it because we had been traveling, and I got really grouchy, and I was eating a grilled cheese, and Brian put the camera in my face, and like I don't like people like watching me chew, but I don't think Brian knew that, so I was like, "Get the camera out of my face!" And so it's like, "You're just so crabby, we can't use this."
Divas, man, divas. Working with divas.
Yeah, I apologize later. Sometimes I'm not like at my best. Brian's very even-tempered, but sometimes I get a little hard to manage. But I really didn't know he was going to film it. He's like, when you're filming the eating part, you have to show the bite.
You have to show the bite.
But, so he's done like restaurant shows episodes with other people, but I had never done one, and I didn't know the protocol. So when I started eating, and he was like filming me, I was like, oh. So now I know. So we were lucky that wasn't a live stream.
These are our Halloween horror stories. All right, Stacey, would you like to get this thing?
Brian doesn't like to touch wet, sticky things.
Can you chew gum and do a Jason Voorhees on a pumpkin at the same time? Yes, the Byrd brothers too. There was another house. Yes. Other house was out that way. It was, excuse me.
So they were brothers and they lived
that way.
They had like a little compound together.
Yeah, and they had a lot of land in this town.
I think that was more common. Families really stayed together more. I really don't think it was till maybe the Depression or after World War II where people started wanting like their own house.
Glenn says, this has been great. I think you should do more. And Glenn, I think we probably will. And thank you for that. Morning from Canberra, Australia. Good morning.
How are things in Australia? It's about to be summer there, right? I follow some kangaroo rescue pages on Instagram because like the baby kangaroos they rescue are so cute.
They really are.
And they put them in like little pouches and carry them around and bottle feed them, you know, and then they grow up and they're like these huge, huge animals with muscles. It's like they're fascinating. When I was in California, I went to the San Diego Wild Animal Park, and they had kangaroos there, and they had what they were advertising as a kangaroo petting zoo. And I was like, oh, my dream, you know, is to pet a kangaroo. Well, you go in this enclosure, and it's like this giganto enclosure, these kangaroos. And guess what? Kangaroos don't want to be petted, so they're just like bounding away from you, and you just, I mean, it was fun because you could watch them like jump around, but you could not get near them to pet them. They had no interest. That was sort of like false advertising, like you're gonna pet this kangaroo. You cannot catch them.
Kangaroos get huge too. I've seen like pictures on the internet of like this super muscular kangaroo that looks like a bodybuilder, and I kind of don't think it's photoshopped. I think that kangaroo.
No, they look almost like men.
Yeah, it's crazy town.
But sorry to stereotype your land. We just don't know a lot about Australia. We know the seasons are different and kangaroos are cool.
The Australian outback is really cool. Well, also disturbing looking, yeah. Like kangaroos, like, wow.
Like uncanny.
Yeah, uncanny. That's a good word. All right, let's have a look at the bird house. Now that the sun's not blasting the camera lens. Yes. I gotta say, unofficially from the Down the Road channel, that Robert has done a fantastic job of clearing this place and making it look presentable. It's really nice. He's done a really good job.
He's a hard worker.
He really is. They're huge. We live in the capital of Australia, and we have kangaroos that just jumping from the streets. Wow.
Is that Sydney?
Margie Duke.
Geography is not my best subject.
Kangaroos can rip a man open with his back legs. Have to be careful of them for sure. Wow.
Even koala bears. Like, I saw a video of a man running screaming like a 6-year-old girl from a koala bear. But it's like no joke because they have like these huge claws. So it was like funny, but you would do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I would totally run screaming like a little girl.
Oh, and remember the Thornbirds? Like when in the 80s, there was a miniseries that took place in Australia. And Brian Brown was in it. He was really cute. Australian
I remember
actor.
seeing previews for the Thornbirds on TV, but I never actually watched.
Yeah, it was a couple of days. It was good. And Barbara Stanwyck is in it, and she was the old lady. And I'm not kidding you. I saw a picture from the Thornbirds the other day with Barbara Stanwyck in it, and she was about like 50 looking. Like she's not. I was like, oh wow! When I watched this in my teens, I thought she was so old, and she just looked great. So it's just funny, like the time, like the perspective. It's like.
So is anybody trick or treating tonight, or did all of that happen last night? Around here, it appears to have happened last night.
No, it's supposed to happen tonight.
Is it?
Yeah, last night was the trunk or treat.
That's right. We passed on the way home. We passed a party, apparently, and there's a lot of cars.
There was like a neighborhood party that we weren't invited to.
Yeah. We thought it was trick or treaters, but it was like a party. I'm going to trust this Brian. How you coming with that?
I think it's pretty much good.
Okay, it's good enough for how long these things are gonna last after this video.
Yeah, so we put the lights on and put it on the porch.
Yeah, but let's show everybody what this looks like. We got this is going to the chickens. All right, so
Is this going for the olive oil?
Right. All right, let's do a reveal here. He's chewing on some seeds here. Pumpkin seeds, in recent years, I have realized, are extremely popular as a snack. I had never considered it in my years, but
Pumpkin seeds?
yeah.
You didn't roast them when you were little?
Oh no, never even
Yeah,
heard
we
of it.
always did.
Let's get you cleaned up a little bit here, Jack. The watchman. I always thought that Legend of Sleepy Hollow was a really creepy story because you had the headless horseman, and forget the later iterations of it, like in the movies and stuff, but like the very idea of like colonial America, you know, like little towns that are few and far between, and you know, lantern light, and you have this specter on a horse running around, and he has no head. I mean, if you really think about it, like that is super, super creepy. Colonial stories, like back in the old days, they had some pretty good creepy tales. He's got a little gore coming from his mouth. That actually kind of works. All right, y'all want to see? This looks like, let me make sure we got this blocked correctly. All right, there's the back of his head. I'm gonna turn him around. Not quite as happy looking as the last one.
Oh, that's good.
Jack-o'-lanterns. So let's do this. Get the knives out of the way for the time being, because I think we might be close to done with those. And we can set these side by side.
The first one has a candle in it, but the other one doesn't.
Okay. Happy jack-o'-lantern and not so happy jack-o'-lantern. They'll be following you tonight. Yeah, I might have to do more of these live streams. I know Robert does a lot of them.
I don't know if you can turn that on.
Always a fun time.
Yeah.
Is that one? There we go. Oh yeah, kind of cool. Gotta let it get a little darker. I wonder if YouTube has a limit on how long a live stream can be. All right, so what we're gonna do.
Don't leave us.
Bear with us, everybody. We've got to move the camera.
Oh, they look good. Well done, Brian. Good job.
Chair looks like it's been carved. You mean this chair or this chair? Okay, no limit. That's good. All right, so Byrd Farm jack-o'-lanterns. Just wondering because it's gonna get dark, but it's not dark yet. So you can't really see the glow of the candles inside the jack-o'-lanterns until it gets dark. So this live is gonna have to...
No, you can tell though, it looks jolly. You can see them kind of glowing, but we can always come back when it's dark and just do a little...
Oh yeah, do an update live.
A little snippet. But we love you guys for hanging out with us.
Straighten the lid on Mr. Smiley. Oh, the chair I was sitting on, it's just a wicker chair. Okay, we will definitely come back. Oh, let's do this. We will definitely come back and do a short little live as the sun goes down, just to show you guys what they look like glowing, and I think that'll be cool. So I guess we're going to close out this video for the moment and then come back in a little bit.
Thanks for your comments. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to see next, let us know. Enjoy your Halloween. Stay safe.
Hey, yeah, and actually, since we're here, what's your favorite type of down the road show? Because we've been to many different types of places. What's your favorite? Let us know in the community or the comments or something.
Yeah.
Any further words, Stacey?
No, but thank you so much for being with us. It was really fun to do. We hope it was like entertaining to watch, and we will catch you later.
Awesome. Now let me see if I can actually figure out how to end this.
Yeah, without putting it in our pocket. And then
properly.
you can't say anything ugly after the live stream because you don't know if it's still on or not.
All right, so what do we have here?
Yeah, the steps have leaves on them. It's like...
All right, I'm going to take a stab and assume
You have to end it. Like, though, you can't just share it. You have to stop.
Oh, there's the... Are you sure you want to stop?